Set on the eve of World War I, The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann immerses us in the life of Hans Castorp, a young German engineer who travels to a sanatorium in the Swiss Alps to visit his ailing cousin, Joachim. Initially planning a short stay, Hans quickly becomes enchanted by the secluded world perched high above the ordinary rhythms of society. He's supposed to leave after a few weeks, but a mild fever convinces the doctors, particularly the dignified Dr. Behrens, that Hans himself requires treatment. Before long, days blur into months, and he settles into the sanatorium's languid routine. While there, Hans meets an array of colorful patients who shape his intellectual and emotional journey. The optimistic humanist Ludovico Settembrini urges Hans to embrace reason, progress, and civic duty. In stark contrast, the fanatical Leo Nafta challenges Settembrini's Enlightenment ideals, favoring radical, even violent, upheavals in the name of grand philosophical visions. Caught between these two polarizing figures, Hans grapples with questions about life, death, and what it means to be truly free. Meanwhile, he's captivated by the mysterious Claudia Chauchat, whose flirtatious presence both entices and confounds him, weaving romantic tension into the quiet corridors of treatment rooms and communal dinners. The isolated setting intensifies every sensation: quiet snowfall, hushed corridors, and the heavy hush of sickly breath, forming the backdrop for philosophical debates that stretch deep into the night. Under Dr. Krokowski's probing psychological lectures, Hans confronts hidden desires, fears, and the eerie lure of mortality. His extended convalescence becomes a metaphor for Europe's own stasis, poised on the brink of devastating conflict. By the time Hans finally leaves the mountain, war has erupted across the continent. He's swept away in the tumult of battle, a single figure among millions caught in the violent currents of history. Mann leaves Hans's fate unresolved, urging us to reflect on the novel's grand questions of time, humanity, and the fragile line between life and death, questions that continue to resonate long after the final page is turned.